Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. We are doing a very interesting video here, and if I'm being completely honest, I didn't think that I would ever be in a position to create this video because I am currently working from home because the coronavirus has just upended, well, everything basically. The last 2 weeks, pretty much my life has changed incredibly, and I'm certain that I am not the only one. If you're new here, I'm actually a high school teacher, and over the last few days, the way that our school works has been transforming dramatically, and we have moved to online learning, and it's just been a real steep learning curve. So if you want to see what my day looks like working and teaching from home, then just keep on watching. So I started off my morning by waking up at 7 o'clock. I set an alarm. Normally I have my alarm set for 6, but since I didn't need to drive 45 minutes to work, I thought I could allow myself a little bit of a sleep in, and the dog was on the bed this morning. When I woke up, even at 7 o'clock, it was super dark and I certainly didn't feel like getting out of bed, but Dave made me a very large and full cup of coffee, which helped to just kickstart my day the right way. I drank my coffee and hung out with him for a bit, but then he needed to get to work, so he left a little bit after 7. And that left me time to have my coffee, and I got changed straight into my workout gear because I decided this morning, rather than doing an afternoon workout, I was going to jumpstart my day and get straight into a workout. So after my coffee, I grabbed a big thing of water and headed into the spare room. I've been doing a few at-home workouts lately, which is kind of necessary given the current situation. And I found this one on YouTube from my favorite Whitney Simmons. And I gotta tell you, it was a real sweaty workout. So I started off with my top on, but it was a HIIT workout and it was very heart racing. So in the end, I ended up taking my shirt off and had to refill that cup of water because I needed a little bit of extra hydration, but it really just got me in a good vibe for the day. Then I went into the bathroom, I got changed, and I started doing my morning skincare and makeup routine. Now, maybe I didn't really need to go the whole hog and put a whole face of makeup on since I was just working from home, but because I was going to do some video conferences with my students, I did want to be looking somewhat presentable. So I just did my regular school makeup, which is pretty simple, mostly just some CC cream, mascara, and eyebrows. So once that was all done, it was time for me to sit down and have some breakfast and chill out for a bit. By this time, it was around 8 o'clock, so I had a little bit of time to chill before I got stuck into my work. Then at about 8:15, once I'd done my breakfast, I'd cleaned the kitchen, I went into the study again, and it was time to start getting ready for the day. So I did bring a whole heap of stuff home from school, including my laptop, marking, my day book, my journal, and I just wanted to set up a little makeshift desk over on my side table there. I do have a desk on the other side of the room, which you can kind of see to the left, but because it faces a wall and the windows on the other side, I thought for video conferencing, this spot would be much better for lighting because the light would be shining in my face, and hopefully it will just help me to be a little bit more focused during the day with light streaming into the room. Hopefully it'll keep my spirits up. So I got my computer all ready and set up there and started organizing my papers. Matt came in to say hi, which was a little addition to the workday, having him to keep me company. And I started reshuffling the room around, ready to start my day. Before I started any video conferencing, I did spend a little bit of time just getting accustomed to the day, and here I am. Here's my little look for the day. Business up the top, but party down the bottom with my cute little slippers. Mac enjoys those as well. Hey buds. First things first, it's time to get on to some emails, which there is always a hell of a lot of. And we also set up a Google Teams where our faculty can communicate and just share goals for the day. This is our new updated roster, which means our day looks so different from the normal school day. And looking at me working on my computer, talking to my Year 7s in our video conference, I'm realizing straight away that my posture is super bad and I really need to get that in check. One thing I did try and keep up with, however, was my hydration and just making sure I'm not drinking too much coffee. I'm also taking breaks for food and just being energized for the day. Mac joins me on those breaks. Downward dog, he loves it. After a couple of hours of working, it was then time for my lunch break, and I actually got an extra long lunch break today. With our new schedule, it kind of lines up with our current timetable, and during the second session, I actually wasn't timetabled on any classes. So I got to use that time as I wanted, and I did do some schoolwork during that time, but I also used it to prepare a nice, healthy lunch and sit down and eat and drink that and just relax a little bit. After lunch, I had a session with my Year 11s. I completed a video conference with them, did some marking, finalized some emails, and that kind of wrapped up the working portion of the day because the Arvo was dedicated to passion projects and other ways to increase your mental and physical well-being. So I did some reading, I did some creative work on my computer for YouTube, and then I went back to my study and did some stretching. I just did a little video on YouTube, and I think that was a great way to end the day because I really felt after sitting for so many hours, my muscles were a little bit tight and particularly my hip bones were a bit stiff. So that was just a nice way to get that sort of tension out of my system and end the day on a good note. Hope you enjoyed seeing that little snippet of a day in my life working from home. I do think this day was a little bit lighter in the sense that I was only, it was a light teaching load for me today. And you know what? I was nervous about this whole online teaching experience, but I feel really comfortable and confident now. It was great to do those video conferences with my Year 7s and 11s today, and granted it was our first day doing it, so it's understandable that, you know, not all of the class was on, but I'm hoping, you know, come Monday and the subsequent days after that, that I'll have more kids engaging with this platform and knowing where to go to get information and how to access me and all of that, and hopefully it'll end up being a fruitful experience. But hopefully that this will facilitate students in just being really organized and on top of their work and removing the distractions that would be present in class, and hopefully it'll allow them to be more productive. We can only wait and see, but I can only speak of what I've seen at my school, and I know that everyone is working their butts off and has done a fantastic job. I really just applaud my school and the teachers there for how incredibly hard they've worked, and just the learning that has been happening and just the problem solving, the communication, the collaboration, all that stuff that just took place instantaneously because it had to. There was no other way for things to get happening unless we all just banded together and got on with the job. So I hope everyone there feels incredibly proud, and if you're a teacher currently working online, I hope that you feel proud for how amazing a job you are doing as well. All our students are absolutely blessed to have us. So thank you guys so much for watching my video. Leave a comment down below. How are you just going with life at the moment? What are the challenges? What are the things that you've learned from this experience? And I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys.